and that would be the mountain. So good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Whirlpool Aero Car. My name is Ben, and I'll be your guide for today.
All right, so we start the day off here, day 2 of our Niagara Falls trip at our Airbnb in Niagara Falls, Canada. Pretty sweet little house, I gotta say. Dirt cheap comparison to everywhere else in Niagara Falls. I mean, I think American, it was like something like $100 a night, maybe. But it was within 5 minutes of the Clifton Hill area, which is within 10 minutes of pretty much anything that you could want in Niagara Falls, and it has free parking, which at the time we didn't know how valuable that was, but later throughout this video and the Canadian side of Niagara Falls, we definitely find out that parking is a huge issue. It is ridiculous. So if you're going there for a trip, you need to know and have planned parking ahead of time. Because the third day here, we check into the Marriott hotel, and it was something like $50 a night to park at the hotel after you're paying for a Falls View front hotel room, which, you know, was ridiculous money in itself. But you have to pay for parking at the hotel. If not, you have to go to a parking lot a quarter mile down the street and pay $30 a night there. So we actually found one place later at the end that was $15, I think, a night to park in their lot. And it was kind of within walking distance of everywhere. So that was our last choice there, but definitely need to make sure you got your parking plan. Anyway, enough about that. So we start off at our Airbnb, and then we go down to Table Rock and park in that lot and go from there. Oh yeah, pretty nice house, except the fact that the whole neighborhood looks like it's from the hood. Boarded up windows. Not bad. Pretty damn nice inside. All right, so this is at the incline. It takes you from Table Rock all the way up to the hotel area there, the Falls View Casino area. So it is super valuable to go from this point up there if you're staying anywhere here in Niagara Falls. So it's only a couple dollars to utilize this service, but it's so valuable that if you stayed at any of those hotels, you could just leave your car parked wherever it was, come down the railway to the Table Rock area, which you'll soon see the views of the Horseshoe Falls, which is, you know, the iconic area of Niagara Falls that you can see the whole area of the Horseshoe Falls. It's absolutely beautiful. But if you're staying at any of those hotels, you can just take that railway right down there, which I have a couple clips of the videos here throughout of the views on that, which are pretty cool. And then you can come down to Table Rock, which is a whole little shopping center, food area. We later eat lunch there, but you have access to the wego buses, which are super valuable because they take you anywhere throughout the city of Niagara Falls. Driving a car, really, unless you're going somewhere outside of the city, you just kind of don't do it. So it's super valuable to just buy the bus pass for a day or two, pay attention to the bus schedules. I didn't really pay attention to that. My wife was on that. She kind of figured it out, and it all worked out great. But it can take you from this area down to the Maid of the Mist area or the City Cruises area, down to Clifton Hill, up to the other side of Clifton Hill, all over. So this little incline is super cool, takes you up and down. This is also the parking lot down by the power station if you wanted to do any of that. So without further ado, let's check out the Horseshoe Falls. This is the front view of the Table Rock, I guess, whole complex. You can see through the glass windows there the views of the restaurant, which later I have a video during lunch of the GoPro kind of looking out the video of the falls. I fast forward the whole thing, but it's about 30 minutes time lapsed into about 2 minutes of the whole view of the falls from that restaurant. So yeah, this is the Table Rock. This is also, if you bought any of the passes to do any of the tourist attractions, which we kind of bought a bulk pass on the Niagara Falls actual website, and it included a bunch of different things. It included the bus pass, that railway pass, it included the city cruises boat tour down, and it included the white water walk, which we show throughout this whole video and the next video, and it also included the journey behind the falls, which is accessed in this building. So you can walk through there, you go down if you have your tickets. You know, if you bought them online, you have to go to the ticket booth and still get them. Either way, you have to wait in line. But luckily, it was a pretty short line. Take the elevator down, and you'll see from there. This also in the second floor there has the Niagara's Fury. It was a 4D theater thing that you sit in at first, and then you stand in the next room surrounded by water and a bunch of different animatronic kind of things. It was pretty cool. But so you can do the journey behind the falls, then go upstairs, check out the 4D theater, maybe eat some food, and then move on to the next attraction. So there's two spots down in these caves where you're able to see this, I guess tunnels, we'll call them, not caves. But this is directly behind the Horseshoe Falls, the backside of water. But they're pretty cool views. We had to wait in line, which some rude people cut in front of us, as usual you would expect. But you do get to see this, which is pretty sweet. It's kind of what you come to this whole point for, is to just see this. down here forever. It does not look good in there.
We have plenty of time to spend out here, but really.
So yeah, that was the journey behind the falls. If you've never done it, it's definitely something you need to do in your lifetime. If you have done it before, then you know how cool it is. It's definitely nice to see again, whether it's just on video or if you go back in person. So now we're back outside Table Rock. I think we just kind of wait around here, checked some views of the falls out. We were a little tired, so we've never had shots of espresso before, which was kind of a thing on this trip. We had espresso martinis a couple times during dinners, and we had shots of espresso from the coffee shop, and they gave us a little tiny cup. I kind of made fun of it somewhere in the video here, seeing it was a baby cup for my little baby hand over there. But we go do the Niagara's Fury 4D Theater, and then we head over to Table Rock to eat lunch. Baby Frank. So this day just happened to turn out that the weather was beautiful. We went there, not in the middle of summer or anything like that. So we got lucky that we could actually walk around in t-shirts. So before lunch, we just kind of took a nice walk down to the bus area there in front of the Horseshoe Falls and then back up through the parking lot. This is the whole parking lot down at Table Rock between the power station and the incline. But we show the views of taking the incline up to the Falls View area, then back down, and then eventually we make our way over to Table Rock for lunch. So much better.
How's everything so far?
This is the Table Rock restaurant. We made reservations here a couple weeks in advance. It was free. You just go online, type your name in, type the time you're going to go, and that's it. And it was definitely worth it. They sit you right in front of the falls. It was a beautiful view. Pretty small portions of food. Not super pricey compared to everything else. It was pretty good. But just the memory of being there and the views were definitely worth it. So if you're going there and you're going to eat lunch somewhere, make reservations. It is definitely worth it. Okay, we've now left our car and we are hopping on the Wego bus, which was really convenient. Just kind of a cool experience anyway, but you don't have to move your car. You don't have to pay parking again. Just it takes you everywhere you need to go. So this is in front of the American Falls now, and we are on our way next to the White Water Walk, which was a couple miles down the road. You take an elevator down to the bottom of the falls, and you're able to walk next to the rapids, which were really, really cool. Cool wooden bridge walkway takes you all the way down there. So definitely something that's worth doing. I've been to Niagara Falls in Canada a few different times, and I've never done that before. My wife's been there before, and she's never did it either. So, yeah, this is where we are, and come along for the journey. There is no restaurant. kind of thing like more of in the passing lane. I don't know what this place was, whether it was a restaurant or a kung fu dojo or what, but it is definitely a cool looking, unique building. It was all gated and fenced in, and there was a man from a different country standing outside looking, you know, like he'd kick your ass if you walked over there. So he looked like a statue guarding the door. I just wanted to try to, you know, videotape just a little bit of it. I didn't want to be creepy, but it was kind of cool. Obviously, we just went to the bathroom here. But the next stop is the Whirlpool Aero car, which is a cable system from one side to the other, and it goes over the huge whirlpool, and you can see cool views of the rapids. A little sketchy feeling to go on the whole thing, but it was a very cool experience, and we never did this either. So if we hadn't bought that pass and the bus pass online, we wouldn't have even known any of this was really there. So do a little research before you go there. It is worth it.
Look at that side, bud. There?
Let's look down there and see.
So you guys can choose either side as you wish, or the middle. We do switch sides on the way back. The only thing I ask is not to block the yellow bar gate at the end there.
definitely a side. Yeah.
How much do we trust the cables?
Oh, we're trusting it with everything we got.
Clearly. You're set on getting me killed.
And that would be the bump. So good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Whirlpool Aero Car. My name is Ben, and I'll be your guide for today. Now once we get to the other side where that little tunnel is over there, we will attempt to switch sides, so don't worry about missing any of the views. So looking over to my right, you'll see the Niagara Rapids. The water's coming down into the Whirlpool at about 35 to 40 kilometers an hour. It is graded a Class 6 rapids and is the most dangerous rapids in all of North America. Now you're not allowed to whitewater raft, jet ski, motorboat, anything like that in these waters, just because of how dangerous it would be. The only exception to this rule would be the Whirlpool jet boat tours located in Niagara Lake. And I'm pretty sure they're closed for the season. However, if you do see a neon-colored boat go up and down the stream, maybe around the Whirlpool a bit, hopefully that's what I'm talking about. I'll point one out if I see it myself. Keeping over to my right, you'll see this large mass of land across the river. It's also known as the United States of America. On top of the cliff here, you may see a couple hikers behind a gray fencing. They being the Whirlpool State Park, located in Niagara Falls, New York. And staying on the American side, but down the stream and around the bend there, you'll see that concrete wall in the distance. That'd be the Robert Moses Generating Station, located in Lewiston, New York. So while I'm on this topic, the Whirlpool Aero Car is suspended by 2 Canadian points. However, we do cross the Canadian-American border a total of 4 times on this trip. 2 times on the way here, and 2 more times on the way back. Basically, the border goes right down the middle of the river, goes into the middle of the Whirlpool, and back down the middle of the river going down the stream. So as I'm speaking right now, we're all in America, going back into Canada. I hope everybody brought their passports, or you're in for a nice swim. I'm just kidding when I say that. Don't take me too seriously. Unlike this one lady I had about last July, maybe August, where she actually pulled out her passport from her pocket and ended up dropping it in the river. Yeah. Very unfortunate, especially since she had to go back to Europe the next day. So we're not too sure what really happened to her. But maybe she's still chilling in Niagara Falls. I don't know.
Maybe she's still chilling in Niagara Falls.
Anyways, looking back down near that generating station I was talking about earlier, you'll now see a tall brick building with a white point on the top. And that'd be the main building of Niagara University, a Division I school, home of the Purple Eagles.
You don't even know. You don't even know.
Yes. Alright, so we are nearing the end of the first half of our trip, so we will be switching sides. If I could have everybody listen up, this is how we are going to do it. So once we come to a complete stop, I'll have everybody on my right-hand side to start walking down towards me, walk behind me and head towards my left, and everybody on my left-hand side to walk up, cross over the top, and head to my right. We'll be going in a clockwise direction. I'll let you know when we can start. If there is one thing you can do to help me out, is just not to stop and take photos. Makes everything go a lot quicker, trust me. And we can start now.
Now.
So you guys start walking that way? Perfect. And we'll be moving back to dock momentarily, so just brace yourselves.
Now.
Yeah, it's like a big game of follow the leader.
Look down there.
We're almost done, guys. If I can get everybody keep walking down for me, please. Down, everybody.
Technically, yes. I'll just get everybody on my left-hand side to ski down just one more step and then I believe we're done.
Alright, good job, guys. So while we're up here, you may have noticed in that small tunnel behind us now, that large silver bucket-looking thing, that'd be our rescue car, and that'd be one of the things saving your life if this car were to ever stop working for some reason. So basically what would happen would be, is if the aero car were to stop working, we do one thing before the rescue car we use, which is our diesel engine located back underneath the ticket booth. So in order if the aero car were to stop working, we'd use the diesel engine. If the diesel engine were to stop working, we'd use our rescue car. If our rescue car were to stop working, there's roughly 32 of us on board. You can think of some kind of idea, right? I'm just kidding, everybody. For 106 years of operation, we've never had to use the rescue car for its real purpose, only for training and to make sure it still works. Now looking over to my left, you'll see the Whirlpool itself. It's home to about 1,000 iPhones, about $100 worth of pocket change, and now a passport. In the middle of the Whirlpool, it's about 126 feet deep, and the undertow is so strong that can hold a pretty hefty tree stump at the bottom of the Whirlpool for just over a month and a half. And now you may notice some hikers and fishermen up against the shores. We got there from all the nature paths here in Niagara Falls. So to get down to the Whirlpool, all you have to do is turn right out of our parking lot and drive down the road for about a minute or two to the first parking lot on your right. Now in the general area of the parking lot, there will be a wooden staircase. It's about where the indent is in the escarpment there. And if you follow that staircase down, it will lead you right to that beach area. I say it takes about 15 minutes to get down and about a half hour to get back up.
No, so Niagara Falls, I got another
All right, we are now back on the bus, finishing out the day at Clifton Hill. Okay, so this is Clifton Hill. We had came here last night too when we first got here, just because, yeah, I don't know, it's all you remember as a kid is going to Clifton Hill at Niagara Falls and walking there, going to the haunted houses, stuff like that. So let me give you a little bit of advice about Clifton Hill as an adult. I haven't been there in 20 years, you know, same as my wife, and although everything looks new and updated and fresh, it's kind of like the same old kind of rundown, feelish, dirty, tourist, obnoxiously busy, expensive kind of area. I mean, it's cool to like walk up and down once or twice. I definitely like the bright lights and, you know, all the stuff kind of going on, and, you know, that aspects of it is fun. But man, the amount of people that were there, You can't drive there. There's nowhere to park. And if you did park, you'd find a lot for like $35 that you have to park at and leave before the nighttime. You can't leave it overnight. So you can't drive there. You take a bus there, you walk around, and then, you know, you go back to wherever you're from, which is cool. But even all the attractions that are there, like in a few minutes here, I'll show you a couple clips. We did walk through a mirror maze, and we did walk through the haunted house. And we did even do like the puzzle maze thing, and it was cool. Like, but we've been to a lot of other places, and there's definitely better haunted houses and better mirror mazes, you know. So take it for what it's worth. So if you expect all that and go there, you know, not expecting to have cheap meals and not expecting to, you know, have no people there, etc. So if you go there expecting all this, set your expectations right, do a little research, and you will really enjoy it. I mean, they were fun, but it's just, you know, kind of a kids area, like young kids area, I would say. And even then, I'm not sure how much fun they would have. But the clip of Tim Hortons over there, we didn't even eat at that Tim Hortons because it was so busy. But I think we did eat at Tim Hortons maybe 3 to 4 times in the 2 days that we were in Niagara Falls, mainly because of cost. It was probably the cheapest place to eat, but it's actually pretty good. They don't have these over in the States, or if they do, there's only a few of them. But their breakfast sandwiches were great. They actually had BLTs, so it was like a bacon, lettuce, tomato on a bagel. Pretty good. Donuts, you know, whatever. So I'll put a couple of the clips in here of the things that we did. And that concludes, I would say, day 2 of our Niagara Falls trip. Please make sure to go back and watch day 1 if you didn't. And stay tuned for day 3. You have to go. Yeah, the whole right side's open too.
A tower.
Which tower?
Look at that person chained to the gear.
Yeah.
$7 food.
That's better than the.
Seen that over there earlier. Joker sitting over there. Maybe when we walked on the outside. Where? Oh, right there.
Friday nights at Casino Niagara are wild with our Friday Night Frenzy promotion from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. All Momentum card holders receive one free ballot into our slot tournament. Visit the Momentum desk or the slot tournament area now.